Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ken Record back at you with a review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Walmart exclusive AEW Supreme Collection Sting. Yes, been looking for this one. This is probably one of my most anticipated figures since it was announced, and luckily it took a little bit for me to find it, but my Walmart restocked it somewhat, and I was able to find it. And I actually found the last one hidden behind the WE Reckon Lowrider with Elite Series 107 Undertaker stacked on top of it. So it was like the Lowrider and then Undertaker on top of it, but then behind it was this. I was like, what the heck is hidden behind this thing? And I saw this, the Walmart sticker. I was like, yep, something's hidden back there. And I pulled it out, and it's Sting. So whoever hid that's going to be mad, but snooze, you lose. I was looking for this one. Starting off with the packaging, of course, we got the AEW Supreme logo up there, only at Walmart. Of course, Sting has 12 pieces. On the side, just his alternate heads in his hands. Picture of Sting, number 8, Series 5. Excuse me. Same thing on the side, just Supreme Collection and the t-shirts he comes with. On the back, picture of Sting, Supreme Collection. This is from Double or Nothing, May 30th, 2021 in Jacksonville, Florida. Of course, his autograph. Watch Dynamite and Rampage. They need to put Collision on there. Pretty cool picture there. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually supposed to be Sting's last figure in the AEW line. So if that's true, did they save the best for last? Let's find out. So let's open up Sting and see what we have. We'll be right back. All right, so here's Sting out of his packaging, and God, this figure rules. Like, man, Jazzwares, they really knocked out of the park with this one. I mean, yeah, a lot of their Sting figures were just kind of meh, okay, but this one, they went pretty much all out with this one. I mean, just awesome figure. Let's get right into it. First up is accessories. It comes with 3 pairs of hands. It's got the default hands, which are kind of like gripping hands somewhat. He's got a pair of fists and more open hands, and they're just the glove hands, and they all got the scorpion on there, so that's pretty cool. Comes with 2 alternate heads, but I'll get into those when we talk about the default face later on. Comes with 2 t-shirts. Got the first t-shirt that he debuted in, which is actually the shirt from his first AEW figure. And this is probably my favorite one that they've done, because it got the Sting face, of course his Sting, and it has the 2 baseball bats. Of course, the icon, which I just like the design of this one. Pretty cool. And it's actually a very different material compared to the other t-shirts. So, not bad. And it has some Velcro on the back. So, cool. And the other one, it just says Sting with the scorpion. So, I think I like this one better. But they're still pretty cool t-shirts. Comes with a Sting mask, which is just rubber. So you can put this on Sting if you want to, or if you have like people in your audience, like in your display, that you can put this on somebody. Pretty cool. Of course, where would Sting be without his trusty baseball bat? I mean, because you can't have a Sting figure without his baseball bat. It's the same one that we're used to. Nothing different. Same baseball bat that we're used to with the AEW Sting figures. Same. Then finally, it comes to this trench coat, which I'm so glad they did what they did here with this one. Pretty much all the Sting figures that AEW has done, they all have like the hard rubber coats. This one is it's like a pleather, like that fake leather material. It's either that or vinyl. Honestly, I can't tell the difference. But either way, it's pretty much a soft goods, so it's not that hard rubber. And thank God for that. And this was honestly the perfect time to include that with this, because it's kind of like the premium figure. It's a very nice material. Of course, got the typical designs on the side there. We've got the gold trim around the cuffs and on the collar. Has a scorpion on the back, and it comes right off. And he does have the plastic wrap on his arms, so let me remove those real quick. And it didn't make much of a difference because I still got stains on the shoulders on mine. I can already tell, which that sucks. It's like no matter how much of these plastic wraps they put on the figure, they always have stains. Like the same thing happened with CM Punk with the Walmart exclusive unrivaled figure, and I think the Supreme had that as well, which that really sucked. Yeah, I got some stains on mine. Unfortunately, there's really no way I can remove the stains, unfortunately. I think my friend knows a way. I have to talk to him about it. Yeah, it was near Sting ready for action. And he looks a little awkward, to be honest with you. I'll get to that later on. Starting off with the face, the default face is basically what you see on the packaging here. It's the screaming face, and the face paint is somewhat rubbed off. And I really like this one. This is perfect for your stop motions on your display if you want to pose him like in the middle of his match. Pretty cool. And I think it looks like Sting, and I love the expression. Hair looks good. Could be maybe a tad bit longer, but it's still nice. He also comes with 2 fully face painted head scans. Got this one, which is just a repaint of his first figure, the head sculpt. But we got this face paint, which is pretty cool. Not my favorite Sting face paint, but still pretty nice. And we get your stereotypical Sting face paint, but this one has almost like a smile to it. But it's your stereotypical Sting face paint. Kind of a goofy expression, but still nice. Anyways, all 3 of them are nice head scans. But I definitely love this one. It actually reminds me of TNA Sting, because I know there were definitely some Sting figures that had this face scan or something similar to it. So it reminds me of TNA Sting. Moving down to the torso, I think decent torso choice. But it does look a little awkward with the arms here. I know, just the way it's constructed or assembled, it just looks a little awkward. I mean, with his big torso and the arms are a little bit small, I don't know, it just looks a little awkward. They could have found a way to maybe blend in the arms, or maybe make the arms a little bit bigger to kind of like blend it in better. But whatever. The singlet looks good. With the scorpions on the side, unfortunately, I got a little paint defect on mine, but that's fine. I can fix that. I got like a little paint pen I can fix that with. I got the scorpions all the way down the side. Nice sculpting here on the rest of the suit. And we got the scorpion on his boots. Trademark Sting. So it all wraps around. So very classic Sting. This could actually work for pretty much any era that you want to do. It could be TNA Sting, WE Sting. Or if you did like a head swap and put like a younger Sting face, you can make this like a WCW Sting. And of course, he does have the scorpion on the gloves, as I mentioned earlier. Very cool. For a quick comparison, here is with the first AEW Sting figure, Unmatched Series 2. This Sting figure looks a little taller. Yeah, just a tad bit taller. I don't know, maybe they changed the legs a little bit, or the boots or something. That's a little weird that this one's a little bit taller. I don't know. That's a little weird, because usually all the figures have to be the same height if it's the same guy. No, that's a little weird. I think the other one I showed you, I think it's a little bit more accurate. But the height issue is not a big deal for me with the Supreme, because I only have 2 Supreme figures. Articulation is pretty sweet on this one. It's stereotypical for the Supreme figures. Head rotates 360. Does have the hinge of the neck like the other figures have, so it can have the head go up and down. Arms rotate 360, can go in and out with the ratcheting joint. Rotate at the bicep, double jointed in the elbow, love that. Swivel at the wrist, and then hinge at the wrist. Has the butterfly joint at the shoulder, as people call it, which I really don't like that. I mean, some figures it works, but I don't know, just some of these figures it just looks weird. You know, it just doesn't really function. Like, it doesn't really do much. I mean, some figures it goes like really, really well, but this one, meh. Upper torso, slight swivel at the waist. It's a little loose, kind of loose joints on mine. Legs forward, that far, disappointing, and back, in and out. Thigh, double joint the knee with the ratcheting joint. Swivel at the boot, hinge at the ankle. Ankle pivot. It can kind of like rotate around. It doesn't really pivot, but it just rotates around the joint. And the toe joint, nice. Yeah, it just sucks that I got stains on the shoulders on mine. That sucks. I wouldn't expect that from this material. So the only real complaint with it is like I said, it looks a little awkward with the arms and the torso. It's just the way it looks. But really, if this truly is Sting's last AEW figure, they definitely went out with a bang in terms of his figures. So quick final thoughts. Overall, this figure rocks. Like, man, Jazzwares and AEW, they went pretty much all out with this one. Like, just a phenomenal figure. Definitely the best Sting figure that they've done for AEW. Love this figure. Love the head scans. Love the trench coat that they gave him. Love the 2 different T-shirts. The hands are alright, obviously. I'm not like a big fan of interchangeable hands, but only for certain poses. Of course, the baseball bat, they could have done a little bit more with it. And I definitely like the face scan they did with the screaming face and the face paint's like mostly rubbed off. So, very, very cool. Only complaints with it that I have is, of course, the staining issue on the arms that I mentioned. And also, just the arms and the torso combination, it just looks a little awkward. I think the torso was a good choice. They could have made the arms a little bit bigger. No, it just looks a little awkward, the way they did it. But it looks fine with the trench coat on if you're going to display it that way. But I would say definitely you might want to wrap this figure up big time with plastic. Not just on the arms, but pretty much everywhere. Like, I would say probably 2 layers. That way it doesn't stain it over time. But I would say overall, despite its flaws, fantastic figure. Definitely the best Sting figure that they've done for AEW. And like I said, this truly is the last Sting figure for AEW. They went out with a bang with this one. If you can find him at your local Walmart or get him online for a good price, definitely snatch him up. This is probably one of the must-have figures for the Supreme collection and for your AEW collection, period. So I'd say pick him up if you can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to check out my AEW figure reviews playlist. Check out every AEW review I've done up to this point. And also, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss a single review. And stay tuned for more reviews, and not just AEW action figures, but WWE action figures, toy hunts, stop motions, shorts, and a whole lot more. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Until next time, remember, you can't touch my dream, and you can't touch my soul. I'm out. Take care, guys. Bye.